10 years ago today, tragedy struck the community of Clackamas. A 22-year-old man fired 17 shots inside the Clackamas town center. 2 people died and 1 was hurt. He then turned the gun on himself. One of the victims was Stephen Forsyth, a 45-year-old father of 2. Before Fox 12's Jeffrey Lindblom went to breaking news tonight, he spoke with the brother-in-law of Forsyth, who says the pain never really goes away.
You never think it's going to happen to you or to someone in your family or a friend, and when it does, nobody's prepared for it. You know, it's easy to go back to that moment.
Paul Kemp was at work when he heard there was a shooting on the radio. Soon after, he answered his phone.
And I couldn't understand what she was saying.
He did pick up that there was a shooting, and Steve, his brother-in-law, married to his sister on the phone, was working at a kiosk inside the Clackamas town center, and there was no word from him. He was shot and killed.
I was going to see Steve that afternoon on my way home from work.
Motive for the shooter was never established.
People said, you know, you cannot make sense out of the senseless.
The loss is a burden he, the families of the other victims, and everyone else nearby and afraid must bear.
We were not the only ones impacted. You know, they said there were 10,000 people in the mall.
He visited the mall Sunday on the 10th anniversary, like he does every year, checking in on those who he has met since the tragedy.
Just to check in and see how those people were doing, because it's traumatizing for everybody.
He says that trauma is like a ripple through the community, affecting young people in his family who are in school.
There's school shootings all the time. They've already had one family member killed in a mall. It's pretty real. It's not uncommon anymore for them because it's already happened.
Paul misses his brother-in-law, having kids similar in age.
We had a hell of a lot of fun together with the kids.
Those kids without their father for the last decade.
It's awful, all that he has missed in the last 10 years.
Paul keeps photos to remember the man he calls the bright spot in a room.
Yeah, there's pictures right there. Nobody wants their loved one to be forgotten.
Although he's found some peace in the last 10 years, he'd rework the phrase, time heals wounds.
I don't think it necessarily heals them. They're just not as fresh as they were.